From Goa, where the construction of a retaining wall along the North Goa Wanganum beach by the promoters of an adjoining five-star resort has sparked a huge controversy. Activists and civil society groups have called the wall illegal, even as the hospitality group Fomento Resorts and Hotels Limited has maintained that the wall is being built in its own property and with permissions from the state government's Water Resources Department. The other issue is that a lot of the work is going on during the lockdown and even at night, raising more questions about the activity, and civil society groups are up in arms. Well, to talk more about this, we're joined by Akash Madgavkar, a local resident from Goa and someone who's been involved in this. Akash, just tell us more about how this came to light, and the resort, however, claims that it's within its rights to do this work.
So around a month back, around 17th April, a couple of local residents were on the beach in the evening and they noticed some digging happening on the beach. There were also some fishermen present. So as locals, we've not seen this on the beach before. So we approached the local ward representative at the village panchayat. She said she had no idea what was happening. Then this was on a Saturday night. On Monday, we went to the panchayat and inquired with them as to what was happening. They again said they had no idea and no permission was given by the local village panchayat. So we decided to write to the village panchayat and ask them to write to the said hotel, asking them what they were doing and what were the permissions obtained. After which we received the documentation from the hotel via the village panchayat, stating that they had permission from the GCZMA, that is the Goa Coastal Zone Management Authority. This permission was subject to 7 conditions, including it was for repair work. What we saw on the beach was that the beach was dug up. The permission was for repair work and it was subject to 7 conditions. So we took a look at the 7 conditions that were there and we realized that 3 of them were being violated. One, it wasn't repair work and neither was eco-friendly material being used. There was concrete being used. Number 2, they were asked to get local permissions, but the village panchayat nor the TCP and a couple of other local departments were not aware about it, only the GCZM. And thirdly, there was the work that was being undertaken there were earth movers on the beach digging, which isn't allowed, and couple of, it was shocking to all of us as locals. There were 3, and clearly they were violating 3 permissions. So we approached all the government bodies, the village panchayat, the GCZMA, and we told them, we are locals over here. We don't appreciate what is happening. So what action are you going to take? We want a stop order to be issued. So both these bodies, the village panchayat and the GCZMA, said that they'll conduct an inspection, a formal inspection, which was conducted on 23rd April. We received the report a couple of days later on 28th April, stating by the expert panel so the GCZMA hired an expert panel, 2 gentlemen who came and studied the matter. In their report, they specifically mentioned that the conditions of their permission, repair permission, were being violated and that they were using concrete.
All right, so that's what the report said. I'd just like to tell the viewers about the statement, from the hotel group saying that they acquired all requisite permissions, began work after consulting the Water Resource Department and always been committed to environmental preservation. We're also now joined by Advocate Pundalik Raikar on the phone line with us. This matter is now in court. Sir, if you could just take us through where it stands legally. And the reason we want to highlight this story is that, during the lockdown, it's very important that civil society groups be alert to any sort of, actions like this.
See, insofar as lockdown and misuse of authority and misuse of permission is concerned, that is rampant in Goa. And I suppose it is rampant elsewhere also in India. We are not aware. But the fact of the matter is this, that if you look at the permission that the hotel is talking about, that permission is dated 25/7/2017. Now that permission is very clear. Now, that permission was pertaining to repair of a Gadga wall. That Gadga wall is still existing. Now in that permission, neither in the application of the applicant, in this case the Fomento Resorts, they have not mentioned anything about the linear wall. So permission dated 25/7/2017 is concerned was pertaining to repair of a Gadga wall, not reconstruction. Now, after the application of the applicant made in 11/5/2017, a site inspection was carried out on 13/6/2017 by the expert committee of the GCZMA. Now, in that expert committee report, they have clearly stated two vital things. One is there is existence of only the Gadga wall, repair permission to be given to repair the Gadga wall. And second and most important, beyond the Gadga wall, they said, is the non-revenue area of the government, which is the beach. Non-revenue area belonging to the government.
Right.
So therefore now the thing is, once the expert committee says that the beach area is the government property, the Fomento Resorts is claiming that beach is their property. Where the fraud lies, and we have to bring it to the notice of court. Now, we have tried to bring it to the notice of the court, but because of pandemic and all that, so many other reasons that, matters got delayed. The fact of the matter is that is a public beach, and where they are presently constructing is a public beach. They cannot go ahead with the construction. It is more importantly a NDZ, no development zone, which
right.
GCZMA, yes.
Right, very, very important points, and we're hoping that it does, the court does take up this matter that you all are pursuing. But again, the reason we want to highlight this story is because under lockdown, we can't allow any sort of environmental violations to take place at a time when everybody is meant to be locked down. And it's important, if indeed this is, then hopefully the courts will take view of that. Thank you so much, Akash and Advocate Pundalik, for joining us on the show today.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you.